Hi guys, I'm going to read you a book about frogs today, and it's called Fabulous Frogs. And the cool thing about it is fabulous and frog both start with the same letter. Do you guys know what letter they start with, those words? Somebody in our class has that letter. If you said F like Felix, you are right. Fabulous, frogs, and Felix all start with the letter F. So this book is going to make us really smart. It's going to tell us a lot of information about frogs. And one thing it's going to tell us is there's all different kinds of frogs in the world. It's going to be really neat to find out. So keep watching. This book is written by Martin Jenkins and it's illustrated by Tom Hopgood. And I love this page. The illustrator did an amazing job of drawing a pond with the tadpole, the different stages of the tadpoles and the eggs all over. I think it's such a neat page in the book. And the illustrator even showed us the stages of the tadpole. The tadpole with the back legs, the tadpole with the front legs, and the tail is getting shorter and it's turning into a frog. All right, fabulous frogs, let's go. This frog is huge for a frog. It's a Goliath frog and it lives in West Africa. It's the biggest frog in the world. Sometimes it even eats other frogs. These ones are tiny. This is the smallest kind of frog in the world, or at least the smallest that anybody knows about. It lives in New Guinea. And this one has got a very odd nose. It's called Darwin's frog, and it lives in South America. No one really knows why it's got a pointy nose. This frog can, oops, where'd he go? Jump really far, really quickly. It's a striped rocket frog from Australia, and it can jump 5 meters in one go. Very handy for escaping enemies in a hurry. Croak, ribbit, rack, rack, honk, chirp. And these ones make an awful lot of noise. Frogs call to let other frogs know that they're there. All these are male frogs. Female frogs are a lot quieter. The big one in the middle is a bullfrog. This one is called a flying frog, although it can't really fly. It lives in trees in forests in Southeast Asia. It spreads the skin between its toes to help it float in the air when it jumps from tree to tree. And this one is called a hairy frog, although it doesn't have any proper hairs. The hairy frog lives in West Africa. The things that look like hairs are little stripes of skin. They probably help the frog breathe when it's under the water. I think these frogs are very beautiful. I couldn't tell you which one was the most beautiful, but I can tell you that each one could kill a horse, though only if the horse was silly enough to try to eat it. A horse wouldn't eat a frog on purpose, but plenty of other animals might. South American arrow poison frogs have deadly poison in their skin to help protect them. Their bright colors are a way of saying, "Keep away." These frogs make a nest of foam for their eggs. They're African gray tree frogs. Their nests hang in branches over a pond or stream. When the eggs in the nest hatch, the tadpoles wriggle out and drop into the water below. And the one with the very odd nose looks after its babies in its throat. This frog keeps its babies in its throat. The male Darwin frog snaps up the eggs just before they hatch and keeps the tadpoles in a special pouch in his throat. You'd think he would swallow them down by accident, but he never seems to. This frog never leaves the water. It's an African clawed frog. It spends its whole life living in a stream or pond. Not many frogs do that. And this frog can live buried in the ground for years and years, waiting for the rain. Oh, that's a sticky page. All these frogs are wonderful, but my favorite frog of all is the medium-sized greeny brown one that sits on a lily pad in my back garden pond. The end. Well, I really hope you liked the book, and I hope you learned a couple of things from the book too. I hope it made you smarter. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.